Radiant team back. Dire team back.
Welcome back, everybody, to our second group stage match from Group A, 3D Max against OOT. I'm LD. I'm joined here today by Paint Dota. Josh, what do you know about these teams? What can we expect to see?
What do I know about these teams? 3D Max is Danish.
There you go. Unfortunately, we don't know that much about these teams, I think is the fair way to put it. But these are the two teams we don't expect to advance out of this group. 3D Max just got defeated by AL. For anyone who hasn't gotten the news yet, Josh was trolled. Apparently, Matrum is to blame for that one.
Yeah, he actually sent me a message saying that he hoped I would do what I did. I'd say it on a stream, go talk to people, and then they would be like, what?
You fell right into his trap, I gotta say.
I did.
Oh boy.
I forgot how much Swedes like to troll.
Damn you, Matrum. Well, the good news, though, is we have the correct info for you now. So 3D Max out of Tangos, both 0-1 of this group. Whoever wins this match has an outside shot, a very outside shot, to advance out of the group. They would need to win their second match against either Absolute Legends or Na'Vi, which we never expected, but crazier things have happened in the past, so you can't rule it out. We got to focus on this match at hand now, and not knowing too much about these teams, we are seeing, I think, very standard bans, especially in European Dota. The Templar Assassin, Batrider, Magnus, and Wisp, just the very, very strong solo mids, and of course your Magnetar, bit of a jack of all trades. The Wisp, quite a pain in the butt. Yeah, what are you thinking? We see the Darkseer Jakiro combo again. It worked once against OOT, rather. Can 3D Max make it work again?
Yeah, out of Tangos just decided to get rid of that Wisp right away. I'd like to point that out. They aren't dealing with any more Wisp after that last game.
But this is that's smart. It is smart in that sense. They just clearly they struggled a little bit against the hero, but at the same time they're still dealing with that vacuum ice path combo. We saw that is a very annoying combo. I don't know. Can they deal with it this game?
Well, the key to beating combo like that is BKB heroes and getting BKBs. And Bounty Hunter is a great BKB hero. Quap's a good BKB hero as well. And she's mobile, so she can dodge a bit better than others. And we see a Shadow Demon pick up.
I like this. This is one of the best heroes to shut down Darkseer in the lane as far as supports go. If he tries to surge away, you disrupt him. Later on, you can Demonic Purge that off. And it just, with Soul Catch, you have enough burst damage, depending on the hero in the lane, that you can actually bring Darkseer down even before he hits level 2. And I gotta say, that was one thing OT did right in that game 1. They really did a good job of shutting down the Darkseer. The problem came in that crazy Benny Hill style chase where he barely escaped, but I think with the Shadow Demon pick, they have even a little bit more killing power than what we saw to the Rubik last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
Yep, you summed it up pretty well, and we see a Rubik pickup from 3D Max transition out of that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's now at the banning phase. I don't really know how these teams like to play, so.
Well, as far as the drafts that we're seeing now, it's a lot of team fight for 3D Max. Pretty heavy in that respect. With Jakiro, Darkseer, as far as supports go, Jakiro probably the most team fight heavy support, I would say, especially for hard supports in the game right now. Darkseer, that's you expect that to be your off lane. I guess it could be a solo mid Rubik. They do have the option to run him as a farmer, which I would love to see. I think farming Rubik generally leads to some pretty spectacular and exciting plays. So yeah, let's see. I guess that's the question. How are they going to lane this Rubik?
Yeah, I mean, farming Rubik, it's deemed a failure by many teams, but Na'Vi pulled it off at the International, and it hasn't been used much lately because the Fade Bolt, the bounce has actually been reduced quite a bit, so it doesn't bounce the range heroes as much or the range creep as much. And yeah, because of that,
it's still pretty annoying though. But yeah, you're right. It is very noticeable. I think it was only a 10 distance reduction, but it still feels very, very much weakened from its older form.
Yep. And Rubik is a hero that has kind of I don't want to say he's fallen out of popularity, but his priority has gone down a lot since the new patch. Like, we're seeing him picked up like 3rd and 4th, even in the highest level games, you know, and even sometimes not at all. Whereas before he was considered pretty much 1st or 2nd pick guaranteed, you know.
Right, like I would say sort of right after the International, that's what we saw, because always Darkseer, Naga, Lycan were banned out by the team with 2nd pick, and then Rubik was usually one of those heroes that the team with 1st pick was angling for. But what do you attribute this to? It was pretty slight nerfs to Rubik. I feel like, you know, the Fade Bolt bounce reduction, the slight decrease in move speed, these aren't really hero-killing nerfs. Do you think it's... I mean, why do you think this hero isn't picked up as much?
Well, I think he's still just as good. Teams just haven't tried him out as much, but the fact of the matter is that THD came in, and THD is really powerful. Teams are also starting to experiment with Keeper of the Light a lot more, and Keeper of the Light is also really powerful as a support, and fits the situation a lot better sometimes than a hero like Rubik, with the global teleport, the blast to defend towers, and the mana to hook up maybe a Chaos Knight with some extra mana, because he's so lacking.
Speaking of lacking, both these teams lack a carry right now, and it seems like that is priority number one. That and just the very annoying team fight pushing specialist we see Undying, Enigma get banned out, along with the Faceless Void and the Sven. So this begs the question, who's left? Who's left as far as those hard carries, those farmers go? Chaos Knight, you mentioned, he's still available. Anyone else?
Chaos Knight's available. Shadow Fiend is a really good hero in this pool. Luna is available. I'm not sure if these teams like to run Luna, but she's a great hero. I feel like Shadow Fiend at the moment is pretty underused in this version. I think he has a lot more use in him. His ultimate getting buffed, and all the buffs he's received prior to that, the extra souls, and he's just a really powerful carry in this game right now.
Yeah, he is, and you know, he's a little bit squishy, he's a little bit vulnerable, but especially if you're the Radiant, you can do those mid pulls and always have someone like the Shadow Demon available to support him. Of course, with the Queen of Pain pick, OT probably going to go for that. Shadow Fiend or Luna, I feel like especially for 3D Max, these would just be devastating, because they already have tons of setup, tons of lockdown. You've got your Vacuum Ice Wall, which particularly the Shadow Fiend sets him up really well for the raises and for the big Requiem. I think that pick could work pretty well.
Well, 3D Max has what I like to call the strongest support combination of Rubik and Jakiro right now. You can pretty much lane those two heroes with, I want to say, any other hero and pretty much any other carry in general, and it can beat pretty much any lane in the safe lane, and it can go aggressive as well, depending on the carry you pick, and do really well, because the two supports are just so powerful with Telekinesis and Fade Bolt, and then Dual Breath and Ice Path, and then your third hero on top of it. It's just so much damage from those supports.
It's a lot of damage, and well, it seems like OT just doesn't want to fight head on. They don't want to deal with the laning prowess of 3D Max, at least not in a larger scale engagement, so they go for Mirana. She's gotten some slight buffs over the past couple of patches. Her arrow cooldown, I think that's the big one. It's been reduced significantly down to, what is it, 18 seconds now?
17.
17?
Yeah.
But this is like a very gank-heavy, kind of single-target-heavy lineup. No real disables. I mean, arrow and disruption, that's it.
Yeah, and I think they're going to be laning that as well, by the looks of things. I think they were maybe looking for a Chen pick. They kind of need a jungler right now. And
who's left?
Yeah, there is an Enigma.
Enchantress, I guess, but that's not... They're not really a lineup that wants to go for those early kills, right? Because they have Queen of Pain, Mirana, Bounty Hunter. All these heroes need some levels. It's not like they have the Rubik or the Jakiro, so what do you think they do?
Well, I think they wanted to get that Chen, because they wanted to lane the Mirana and Shadow Demon against the Darkseer. It's a great lane for killing Darkseer, and it's just a great lane in general. And they wanted a jungle hero so that they could just maximize their XP gain. And they didn't get it, because 3D Max swiped it up, so they're kind of stuck right now. They're thinking about jungles, and they're thinking about push, I would assume. They need some tower pushing abilities.
Is it possible they would try to tri-lane? I guess they have Mirana, Shadow Demon. You could get someone else. I don't know who that someone else would be. Maybe they are, because Queen of Pain, Bounty Hunter, we expect these two to solo.
They did pick up
offensive
the Crystal
tri-lane?
Maiden. They could offensive tri-lane actually, but I don't really like that option here. Actually, they're gonna be having a Rubik mid now that they picked up the Chen, and they're gonna have a Jakiro in the safe lane with a carry.
And
so
that's a hard lane to dive, right? Because you're just Ice Path alone. It's basically Fissure. I mean, not quite, but it's pretty close.
It is, yeah, it's very close. But like out of Tangos, they kind of messed up their pick with the Crystal Maiden. They didn't want the Crystal Maiden. They have, okay, this is what I call the too useless support syndrome. When you have a Shadow Demon and a Crystal Maiden, those heroes don't really contribute that much, and they have and they just don't contribute much. So you generally want to like one of them. Like a Shadow Shaman, he can contribute a Hex. I would have much rather seen a Rasta picked up instead of a Crystal Maiden right there. Because it would give them plus tower push, and Hex is always useful, Fork is always useful, and overall the hero is much more useful outside of the early laning phase than a Crystal Maiden would be.
Right, no, it makes perfect sense. I guess the one thing they have going for them is you can Frostbite Chen creeps, and at least in the early levels, it's pretty annoying for the Chen, but it's just not going to scale nearly as well. They're going to be relying quite heavily on hero kills this game, I feel. On the side of OOT, we do have the team that, well, got worked by Na'Vi, by that solo mid, Dendi, Wisp, Saiso reprising his role in the Queen of Pain, Frigo Elite on the Shadow Demon this time around. Phlox Plox will be that off-lane, the 3 position again. I love that name. He's on the Bounty Hunter. Cedar handling the Mirana. Looks like the hard carry for this squad. And Steph Style playing, well, that Starcross pick that you mentioned, the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, and on the Dire side, we have Hayak, the captain, playing THD. We have Noaya on the Brown playing the Juggernaut. We have Hawaii OO on Chen. We have 3D Max Ace on Darkseer. And we have Hesjerotten on Rubik.
Hestejerotten. That's a pretty cool name, actually. I don't know, that's just how I'm pronouncing it. No idea if that one's correct. It looks like the Dire did, I want to say that I saw Sentry Wards here earlier. I think the Chen has them. He does, and they have a good lane to kill Bounty Hunter with Ice Path, Blade Fury, and then Chen coming in with any kind of creep. Foxplox maybe not going to die at level 1, but could die quite early on.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to kill him overall, I think, because it's going to be hard to kill him with the THG, just the Ice Path. Like, they need, like, a secondary stun or slow, like a net creep would be fantastic. A Minotaur, or a Centaur would be great.
You know, one thing you can do is this offlane Bounty Hunter. We've seen a lot of players like to go gank mid early, but your other option is just go mess with the Chen's jungle, and he's not going to kill you by himself. You're probably not stopping the Juggernaut from farming. Certainly not now with the sentries placed in lane. Twin-Headed Dragon has those. Foxplox is getting a little bit of experience. Not going to be able to slow down this Juggernaut. And this was the one pick. This was sort of our last choice for OOT. I don't know about this choice. I feel to some extent Shadow Demon really counters Juggernaut. Demonic Purge is super annoying versus him, but they do have a lot of nukes, and he is magic immune for a large chunk of his action in team fights.
Yeah. I'm just watching this Crystal Maiden kill a Ursa Warrior way back. Efficient jungling.
Hero Crystal Maiden. This is something you can do, but you know, you and I talked about it on Much Ado About Dota. You do have the mid pull option. They're not choosing to use it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of whether or not you've practiced it. It's not so easy to pull off without practice. So.
Well, she is getting some creeps. Crystal Maiden can actually jungle. It's just not that fast, but with Frostbite, you can kill them off. It does last forever and do a lot of damage to the jungle creeps.
Yeah,
level 2. Not doing too bad.
Darkseer was having a horrible time bottom. He got gone on at level 1. He couldn't even get in the creep wave, so he just abandoned the lane and went to the jungle.
Yeah, it's a smart adjustment, and of course, it's the versatility of Darkseer. You know what are they really going to do if he goes into the jungle? It's the offlane Bounty Hunter. He's not really the best pressure hero. Plox gets caught because he Shadow Walk is able to get on out of there, but not having a good time. Bounty Hunter struggling, and he doesn't really have the plan B of a hero like Darkseer. He can't easily rotate over into the jungle. but he's still getting more experience. I feel like 3D Max should be doing a better job of keeping him out of lane. Ice Path's gonna hit now. Blade Fury. This could be our first blood, but Juggernaut doesn't quite follow him. Will it be enough? He's dropping low. He's got to get out of Sentry Ward range. Won't be able to do so. First blood claimed by 3D Max.
But if this Bounty Hunter respawns fast and gets a TP scroll, he's going to be soaking up a lot of XP top, and it's almost worth it. The off lane is a tricky situation because sometimes it's worth it if the lane pushes and you get like 2 waves of experience. It can really help you out, but
yeah, he's already level 3. He's keeping up. Juggernaut's only 4. He's not even that far behind, despite the kill.
So like he's in a much better position lane-wise right now.
Right, they do have the option to pull the lane back. Obviously on the Dire side, you've got 2 ways you can do that. That looks like they're starting to, but to some extent the damage is already done. Now that he's level 3, he's got at least 1 point every skill. He's got some decent burst damage. Has gone for Shriek and Toss early on. Going for a little bit more burst, which, when you've Shadow Demon, can be a good way to go. They have Soul Catcher. Crystal Maiden has started the mud pulls, and this is where the shenanigans begin. Although getting the second level of pull is extremely difficult. Like you said, requires a lot of practice.
Yeah. I was just watching. He must have missed it. The small camp is missing.
Yeah, he did pull it to the small camp, but didn't get the second pull.
Unfortunate.
Gank attempt on the middle lane. Bounty Hunter probably going to go Invis again before he pops out of here. Queen of Pain's level 4. Rubik's level 4. Shadow Strike being thrown out. This is a potential kill for OOT. If Rubik gets too far away from the tower, oh, he's got to be careful. Here comes Bounty Hunter. And Hester Joe Rotten. Man, that name is so hard to pronounce.
Yeah. They were thinking that he was going to go for the rune top, and that's why Quap just beelined it up there with the creep wave on her. But he didn't go for the rune, which was strange, and it actually saved its life.
Oh, maybe not, though, because there's a DD rune and Flox is here. But with this huge creep wave, not really the best time to go in. That's a lot of creeps.
Dire's bottom tower is
It's like 2 full waves there.
Yep. And out of Tangos is pressuring bottom a bit. DS is going to soak up a lot of XP because of this, and that's a relief for him.
Yeah, both teams not really doing the best job of controlling the creep equilibrium, giving both off lanes more experience than you would like to see. They did a nice job early, but since then, things have picked up. Mirana is level 5, has the reign of a kill, not rushing anything like a Hand of Midas, which sometimes you'll see players do when they have that abandoned safe lane farm. Juggernaut, what has he gone for? Face Boot, so Crystal Maiden will TP in top. Yeah, just can't do enough to stop this push. She is no keeper of the light.
Yeah, I think this push is going to be halted, though, because 3D Max, they actually needed to go behind the creep wave and just take it down.
Wow, Queen of Pain dies solo to the Rubik. Looks like she was tower diving him, trying to pick up the kill. Rubik hits 6 off of this, and that's where life gets tough, because now he can steal that level 3 Scream or Blink, and you don't want to be giving either of those away. In fact, she even used her ult and failed to get the kill.
Maybe the level 1 of No Field 5% magic resist by level 7 threw her off.
Yeah, that's it's sort of a preference thing. Some players like to go for more points in telekinesis. Some at least get a point or 2 in No Field early on. Telekinesis is pretty damn good even at level 1.
Yeah, it is. There's not the biggest like change with the spell. It's only 0.5 seconds. Yeah, 0.5 seconds, and then
that's not
it's
good.
0.25 seconds.
Well, Rubik's got a Sonic Wave now, so this is probably
boy.
a dead Crystal Maiden. If she doesn't run, then she will do so immediately.
Yeah.
Bottom lane now pushing far into the tower. Ace, level 5, Soul Ring picked up, is getting some decent levels. Queen of Pain almost dropping mid. If that's a Scream stolen instead of Sonic Wave, that's probably a kill, because just a lot easier to get it off. Doesn't have that big wind-up. I think Rubik has the wind-up, right, with Sonic Wave? Or no? No wind-up?
Rubik doesn't have one. Any
right,
cast time. Yeah. It's a reduction in cast time, big time.
Right. Well, it's enough that maybe he could be going for this kill, but he's just content to control the lane right now, just harassing her back.
Yeah, makes sense.
Quite hard. Quite hard for this Queen of Pain now.
He's going to surprise her with Sonic Wave and Fade Bolt right here, probably, if he sees her.
If she comes in, which she's not choosing to do just yet. Oh, she's thinking about it, and he is too, but Crystal Maiden is here. And it looks like just both teams trading right now. It is the Dire getting ahead. You expect that with the Chen and the Darkseer. Just better flash farmers in the jungle than what OOT can do with the cheeky mid pulls. And Goldwise lead by about 2k. Oh, Bounty Hunter narrowly going to dodge an Ice Path mid or top. Will survive. I don't know, OOT, like when do they start to go for kills? They have a Bounty Hunter. They don't have a great team fight. It seems like on paper that unless they can just farm forever, they're going to have to at some point try and find some track kills.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Bounty Hunter getting his track up is pretty crucial to them. But they don't really, like I said, they lack push because of the Crystal Maiden. Like, if they just picked up a Shadow Shaman, got a fast 6 by just double pulling with them, giving them all that experience, and they could have 6 by now and maybe push the tower. But Shadow Demon, Crystal Maiden, and Potom don't really push the tower all that well because they don't have any innate tower pushing abilities.
Yeah, even Starfall, it's just so expensive to cast for a hero like Potom that, or Mirana that she really can't spam it. Rubik has joined the push top. They're very committed to getting this tier 2. While this is happening, Queen of Pain farming mid, bottom lane Darkseer trying to steal the Shadow Demon's farm. Top lane, it looks like we might have an engagement. Bounty Hunter is thinking about going in. Nova on 4 or 5, dropping everyone low. Rubik will drop to quite low HP as well. But with the Chen creeps, it's not like Bounty Hunter's helping matters either. As an offlaner, it just doesn't provide any anti-push.
Yeah, this is something we actually considered a counter, and we did quite often. When we played against Bounty Hunters in Quantic, whenever there was a Bounty Hunter as an offlane, we would just take the liberty of pushing 2 towers, because there's nothing a Bounty Hunter can do. As long as you keep the lane controlled very well, and he stays a low level, there's really nothing a Bounty Hunter can do to stop his towers from being taken.
Oh, bottom lane, they pick up the kill on Darkseer. I'm guessing Disruption into the arrow there with Soulcatcher. Now they have access to Demonic Purge, and this is a kill I think they could just keep on getting it. Darkseer, it's just, this is a combo that it's one of the few combos that makes it really hard for him to stay in lane. It's such a reliable combo, and it's so much... Did I say combo enough times there? Maybe I should say it once more, but it's a lot of burst damage.
I think you should take that to Wendy's. Get a combo number 3. Spicy chicken.
I like this from 3D Max though. They get the 2 towers top, and they're not backing off to farm, because then it can actually help out Bounty Hunter. Then he can start getting a lot of free experience top. But now they pressure mid, so they continue to punish the fact that, well, he's not really a contributor in these 5v5 clashes this early on.
Yeah,
and
like I
is
said,
very dead.
Oh boy. Well, Omni Slash is down, but like I said, OOT really needed a pusher instead of this Crystal Maiden, and I think they were relying on the Chen pick, but they didn't get it. It was swiped from underneath their feet.
Yeah, their Halloween candy just got stolen from them, and that's the Chen, of course.
Yeah.
Sad.
Poor kids. Sad
Halloween. You know, you do all the work collecting the candy, and then your dad's like, I'm hungry, and takes it all for himself.
But yeah, 3D Max is just... Yeah, they're taking all the candy, and they aren't giving any back.
Yeah, spoken by the master of the candy, the Dire Tide defending champion. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, this could be bad for Mirana, potentially. If Telekinesis hits, I think she's just dead. But does have the ult. Do they have detection? No dust, so the ult might actually be enough to save her, depending on when it's used. Cedar's going to charge right into the entire enemy team, but Frigo leads actually here. Where are those tracks? Not yet. Arrow onto Hawaii. Now Mirana ult is used, but the damage already done. Shadow Demon is dead. Cedar trying to find an opening here. So is Flox. Nice Starfall. Will pick him off. Mirana leaping away. What does Rubik currently have? He's got a Scream of Pain, and he will pick off the Bounty Hunter. Now Steph Style coming back in. Finally, Queen of Pain is going to join this fight as well. What can she accomplish? Mirana looking for an arrow, and so far, pretty even trades. I think they got one track kill there. So, I gotta say, actually favors the Radiant.
Yeah, great ult on Priestess of the Moon. I love seeing that early ultimate now that it's only 75 mana. I love seeing it in use. It's such a good skill. You can get it at level 6 and get ganks off easily, and it really doesn't take a toll on you at all anymore, which is fantastic.
Right, it used to be, what, 250 mana? It was really expensive, and she couldn't support it.
I'm pretty sure it was 175 at level 1, 250 at 2.
Mid lane.
175.
Hestager Rotten may have a really hard to pronounce name, but that's not going to save him here.
Not this time. Hestager Rotten.
It's such a good name, though. I want to say it. Well, Darkseer could be in a bit of trouble. Ion Shell is scared off Steph Style. Now going to Frostbite. Where is that arrow? Creep!
Oh.
Hero creep for 3D Max. In fact, Ace might be able to find a kill on someone else. Meanwhile, middle lane, just an illusion, so no action there. Juggernaut's almost got a Battle Fury, so Mirana's opting for the early Yasha. Juggernaut going for a more farm-intensive build. Huh, this is 3D Max just wanting to sit back and head towards the mid-game.
Yeah, 3D Max getting the Battle Fury on Juggernaut. That's a farm-intensive build you were speaking of. I had to check it out myself, I wasn't sure. Yeah, they're in a comfortable position because they've been pushing all the towers without any response from out of Tangos.
Yeah, the question though is, can Out of Tangos find some track kills? Because that one track kill by itself stopped the ascension or the descent of the Gold Graph. It stabilized. It's still a big lead, about 5k gold advantage for 3D Max. And now, oh no, did he give away track? Okay, he gave away Shadow Walk.
Oh, woo. That's not good. Shadow Walk is one of the best skills for a Rubik to steal. It makes tanking so easy.
It would be worse to give away track, but yeah, it's real annoying. Uh-oh. They got it out here. Uh-oh. This could be bad, but it's also Hayek dropping low. Where's that ult from the Rubik? She's got a 15 charge one. Will blink to the low ground. Now the Bounty Hunter trying to hope it out of here. Nova on 4. What a Nova. And Queen of Pain still looking for the ult. Will nail 2. Can Rubik steal it back? No, has already stolen Disruption. Now Juggernaut comes, explodes them, gets 2 kills, double kill, and what do you know? They are right next to the Roche pit. Meanwhile, the Darkseer finding a kill on the Shadow Demon. Happening all the way over in the Radiant Jungle. Totally separate engagement there. And Juggernaut only 1 point in Healy Ward, so I think if he had a max Healy Ward, they could just go Roche, but they do respawn very quickly on the side of OOT.
That fight went very well for 3D Max by the looks of it. Three kills for 1 death.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, it definitely helped that they had that Shadow Walked Rubik right next to the Twin-Headed Dragon there. And the tier 1 up mid, so they could respond very quickly to that engagement.
Ooh, and they want to defend this tower.
Oh, Demonic Purge and Track, both on the Juggernaut. Healy Ward is here. It's only level 1. Ward will be picked off. Now the Blade Fury dropping. Phlox down. Now thrown up in the air and disrupted. Being kept alive. Nice play by the Shadow Demon. Will it be enough? He's still alive. He's still surviving. Now in comes Murata with the Yasha. Would like to see Agility Trench just for a little bit of extra damage. Nice Starfall. They bring down Twin-Headed Dragon. The chase is on. And 3D Max forced to retreat. They get the 1 kill. Unfortunately, I don't think it was a track kill, but they do get a kill. And now the chase going the other way again. Frigo Elite once more. Hawaii OO has the mech up. And they want
Hawaii OO. Is that a TV show?
I think there's one like Hawaii 5-0 or something, or 9-0. Oh, they surge in the Rubik, but he gets disrupted and Soul Catcher. Where's that arrow? It's on cooldown. Disruption was stolen. Now he's the other way, but he's still Soul Catcher and will explode. What a combo.
So much damage.
The Shadow Demon is being such a pain in the butt. Purge used before Surge, and then the Surge comes in, burning down 1. Meanwhile, it's Chen who TPs away to safety. And now Ace going to TP away as well. They're fighting. Well, will he actually get away? He does. Juggernaut pushing that top lane. Yikes. They're fighting without the Juggernaut, and they're still trading reasonably well.
Is under attack.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of the track kills.
Well, the Gold Graph can answer that question for us. It's stable, but they also haven't gotten more towers, so I want to say they've maybe gotten 1 or 2, but it's not a whole lot.
Yeah, 3D Max can pretty much look at Roshan anytime now because of their advantage. We have a drum pickup on Juggernaut. Ooh, and a nice stack. I was gonna say snack.
You're hungry, aren't you, Josh?
Snack.
Stack of snacks.
He just feasted on a snack of a stack.
The Juggernaut is hungry for food. He wants all the creeps. And they'll see Shadow Demon, they'll see Queen of Pain as well, and then they'll back off. I have to say, both teams not really being the most efficient with their movements around the map. I think that's especially OOT, just grouped up but not really using this opportunity to gank, then spread out but not really farming that well either. Just seem a little discombobulated as far as what they want to do. And, well, the team with the I think sort of the more stable picks is going to benefit from that. 3D Max, a lot more defensive, a lot more survivable. They're going to have a pipe soon on the Starkseer, and OOT doesn't really have that much physical damage. Murata as a carry, she needs a lot of items to really hit hard.
Yeah. And on top of that, like, OOT, you're speaking about, like, how they've been inefficient with their moving around the map and map efficiency, but they don't really have much to do. But it looks like they're going to challenge this Roshan. They were spotted out by the Sentry Ward. Oh, Hesta Joe Rotten, you are manly.
Flox Plox, you are dead. He gets thrown back into a ton of nukes. No pipe, no mech on this OOT side. Now the chase on to Steph Style. Where is the vacuum? Noia wants to... Oh, there's the ult! Just
Goodbye,
unloads.
Steph Style.
Oh, I confused him with Darkseer because he had... Oh, he had the Ion Shell on him and it was hard to
Our
actually see
two
the hero.
favorite players just died, Steph Style and Flox Plox.
Oh, they do have some adorable names, I gotta say, but it's getting to be... This is just a death ball, and I don't know that OOT really have the response.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Great
attack.
arrow. Great arrow.
Hero
Shot the
Wildkin down
kills
for the
death.
count.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Mech is popped, the push will continue, the pipe's gotta be on the way soon. In fact, it's done. I want to say they can go high ground, maybe get the tier 2 bottom first, but there's not a whole lot that OOT
Dire's bottom
could do to
tower
stop
is
that.
under attack.
I mean, what else would you be waiting for? I guess you don't want to give away track kills, but you pretty much have everything I can think of.
Yeah, OOT has kind of drafted themselves into a corner here. I mean, they're looking for kills because that's what they need. They're looking for towers, but they don't have any means to getting towers. And they let the deficit in the early game just grow when they were 3D Max was going around pushing towers.
Of course, with track, there is always hope. We've seen this before, so can't count OOT out. That is the one nice thing about their lineup. Will they at least get Hawaii OO? The Bounty Hunter leading the way. The smoke not dispelled yet. Now it gets dispelled. Track on Hawaii OO. Arrow to fly will hit. What a nice arrow from Cedar. Second of the game that I've seen. Really impressive. The pipe gets used. Now the Hand of God. They just can't bring down Hawaii OO. Finally, he will fall, but everything in the kitchen sink thrown at him first. Hayak in the back launch, tracked up, but still pretty survivable. And now the Tornado trapping one, but sent. It looks like Steph Style was able to get back to base in the end. Bounty Hunter.
Flox.
Oh no, Flox Plox, get away! They don't have dust, they will escape. Meanwhile,
Swift
mid
get away
lane.
from Flox Box.
Oh, Saiso just lost a third of his health to a single crit from the Juggernaut, and
It's a
is
battle.
now potential. He's gonna have to be careful.
They have a ward.
Oh,
He's fast.
Blink, woman!
Ooh.
Oh my god. Talk about waiting until the last possible moment. 50 HP. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Frigo Elite will pay for his insolence. Should be brought down here in a matter of seconds. He will fall. Track onto Jakiro,
Oh, no.
but they're not dead. Oh, they're not getting any track kills, and now the vacuum killing off Bounty Hunter. Oh, just not quite the coordination you need. They gotta get some track kills, and they're just not really finding that many. Uh-oh. Arrow flies in. Saiso gets thrown up in the air by telekinesis. Now the Soul Catcher, which was stolen, used against him, and he is taking a lot of extra damage. Now, what has Rubik managed to get his pretty little hands on? It's a Starstorm. This is a hero that doesn't care about the mana cost because he doesn't have the mana issues with the Arcane Boots. In comes Juggernaut. No ult. It has already been used, but Blade Fury and the zap from the Rubik. That's a lot of AoE. This Rubik solo mid is really working out beautifully and poised to take this tier 2. Do they even stop here? Mech's cooling down. Pipe, where? Well, Arrow's gonna hit. More on that later. Queen of Pain gets caught. Telekinesis throwing her back. This
There
is just
will
like...
not be more on that later.
It's an assembly line. Oh, an arrow is stolen and used against the Queen of... Gets the Mirana. Her own arrows turned against her. Now Ice Pad, throat frozen, and brought down. Really nice Rubik play from Hesta Joe Rotten, and pretty much by himself is just setting up every single one of these kills.
Yeah, Hester Joran is just playing great. Great. I just wanted to say his name. Hester Joran.
Hesta Joe Rotten, indeed. And the tower slowly being sieged. They don't have... Well, they have a decent creep army up, and now with the Tornado being summoned, someone's got to deal with this Tornado. It's just keeping everyone off the tower. Track on 3 or 4, but what good is that if you can't actually initiate? They don't have Mirana. They will have the Mirana ult. Nope, don't even have that. It's down for 30 seconds, by which point the rack should fall. Now, Shadow Demon, one by one, they just keep on walking in and getting picked off by this pesky Rubik. Now Steph Style being driven back. Juggernaut going to work. Still has his drum.
Hester Joran got arrowed.
Oh.
He's taken down by Siso.
Ooh, I'm surprised that didn't bounce, but the Juggernaut ult not bouncing, just out of the acquisition range for that other hero. The leap is enough to get him out in the end. They still get Rex, though, despite the loss of their of their good friend Hesta Joe Rotten. The push continues. The pipe is back up. Cedar being brought down by the Blade Fury. Has leap in 5 seconds. Walks back into the Blade Fury. Ay, ay, ay. Now Queen of Pain in trouble. Blinks away, just dodging. And now, execution from the Juggernaut. Just cuts her head in half.
Yep, she just shattered.
She's not a cutie anymore, I'll tell you that. This Crystal Maiden, not going to be getting many dates.
Yeah, she was in my top 3 before.
Have you ever seen the movie Equilibrium, by any chance?
I have not seen the movie Equilibrium.
There's this amazing scene near the end of the movie where this guy is basically invading like an evil fortress. It's kind of a dystopian type thing, and well, every person he kills, like he slices their heads, and then like 3 seconds later, half of the head just slides off, and that's pretty much how I imagine that Crystal Maiden's death going. So
there can be only one.
Exactly. Only one half of a head.
Only one.
Oh boy. Well, 3D Max, they get the Rex, up by over 15k gold, up by over 12k experience, looking pretty solid, I gotta say. They have all the items in the world, they have a great composition to keep on pushing, and it looks like they're gonna start this off with a couple of kills. They want the Shadow Demon, charging his Darkseer, is gonna wait to use the Surge, but nice disruption. Arrow to fly isn't gonna combo properly. Now the Nova trying to keep Frigo Lead alive. Demonic Purge to remove that Surge, but it just doesn't matter. Step style, Green brought down, and when you're dying to a Blade Fury that quickly, that is big trouble, mister. Saiso blinks away, trying to live. Arrow is gonna miss. Plox will be able to survive. Saiso as well. You can't throw this Queen of Pain back up on a hill. Even if you could, it probably wouldn't matter. She'll just blink away, but she's a little bit trapped. Gotta blink out soon. Not choosing to do so yet. Blinks up. Smart retreat, the one way she could go. And 3D Max, I think, just stop fighting, stop chasing heroes, go push mid, and looks like they are going to finally do that. Arrow hits Twin-Headed Dragon. Great arrows from Cedar, but they just don't have the heroes, the position to go in after these arrows hit. They just sort of say, oh, that was a nice shot, and then sit back and wait for the duration of the stun to end.
Well, we can shoot another arrow 7 seconds earlier because of the last patch.
They do have Mirana ult. I wonder if maybe they can use that to try and start this fight. Pipe was also used. Tornado in the thick of things, slowly moving forward. The vanguard for this squad. In comes Cedar with a backstep. I like how OT are trying to fight this, not grouping up, attacking from all angles. Arrow is going to hit, though, on Shadow Demon. And when these guys find an opening, they don't have to wait. They go right in. They just start killing you. Now onto Crystal Maiden, snapping the Juggernaut forward into that killing blow. Nice job from him. Cedar still in the back line. Still no Mirana ult. I really thought they might try to initiate the fight with that.
The Mirana ult has been casted.
Here you go. Well, that was a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Pipe is almost back up to 15 seconds, and 2 lanes of Rex down. It's looking rather bleak for our friends in OOT.
Unfortunately, they are not only out of Tangos, they are out of life.
GG's finally come out. It will be 3D Max who have an outside shot, a very outside shot, but nonetheless a shot to move out of this group. OOT, I believe, mathematically eliminated. Maybe could tie for last place if AL lose 2 matches, but that's about it. No, I don't really see that happening, so OOT most likely done. Their run in the group stage is all but over. 3D Max go up against Navi next, so what a team to have to beat in order to secure a playoff spot, but
I believe in them.
If they do it and AL lose their last match, then they have the tiebreaker, or then they'll have the better record than AL, but I think if it comes to tiebreaker, it would be AL moving on, because they would both be 2-1, so either way, 3D Max, they take a win here. OT 0-2, not really at the funnest group stage for them.
Nope, but every group stage was so hard at this Dreamhack. So many good teams. You know, this year I'm hoping for 4 friends plus Shrilly to pull out of the group. Do you know who they are?
Yeah, I cast them last year. I haven't really seen them much since, or not last year, but at Dreamhack Summer. They're a decent team.
I met them at Dreamhack Summer. They were really nice guys, and yeah, I felt bad for them. I felt bad when I beat them and shook their hand and stuff.
Oh, good guy, Josh Amos, also known as Paint It Gold. You guys can follow him, support him, twitter.com/paintdota. Of course, I'm LD, Facebook, Twitter, youtube.com/LDDota. All of the VODs from today will be up there. Guys, stay tuned. We do have one more match before Group A is a wrap, and that match will be OOT looking for their first win of this group. Their last match of the group playing against Absolute Legends. It's going to be tough. But I still have faith in these guys. I love their damn names. And, well, I'm going to be rooting for them at least to make it a competitive game. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. Another game, our final game of Group A, coming up in, well, a little bit. It might be about 20, 25 minutes. We'll see. We'll let you know. Thanks for tuning in.